Man, what is Hayley's angle, man? I'm really trying to figure it out. And look, I just love the fact that we are only 2 episodes into Beyond the Gates, and I'm already sitting here like, okay, what are the character motivations? Is she really as, naive and optimistic as she appears to be? I mean, in some conversation, she's like, yeah, I'm naive. I'm not naive enough to know that, or I'm not naive enough to think that me and Danny will, get past this, hurdle in our relationship anytime soon. But it's like the way she went over to Nicole's house to talk. That was probably one of my favorite scenes of episode 2. Because I rewatched it several times. And then I watched the scene in Bill's office about 3 times because I'm just really trying to figure out what is her angle. She wants to come across as, I'm not a bad person and I never intended to fall in love with Bill, a married man and the father of my best friend Nicole. Like, I'm like, nah, something just doesn't seem right. Something just doesn't seem right at all about this, because what I'm trying to understand is you become friends with Naomi, who introduces you to her family, and you meet, Danny and Bill, and based off, what was said, apparently, Hayley became very close to the Dupree family as a whole. She was like, hey, remember, is Hayley used to like me? And then from there, in episode 1, Danny suggested to Bill that he gives Hayley a position at his office. And then one thing led to another, and they eventually had an affair, which took place in Danny and Bill's home, which was like the last straw, because according to Danny, Bill has had affairs before, but they were always away from home, so it was easier for her to kind of like, look away. But in this situation, this occurred under her roof with an individual who was, her daughter's best friend, and someone she pretty much embraced as, extended family to an extent. Now, for Hayley to just act like, we can move past this, despite the fact that you're marrying Danny's husband of a 30-plus year marriage, breaking up, the whole family dynamic because Bill, like she said, it's like, you're estranged from your former extended family. Yeah, his oldest daughter, Naomi, doesn't, hates him now for good reason. Chelsea's kind of indifferent to the situation of how she feels about her dad, but she definitely feels sorry for her mom. Yeah, you literally ruined this woman's life. And it seems to me that, it's almost like she wanted this to happen, because you got to think about, she doesn't have a family of her own. No doubt she came from nothing like the Dupree family. So I feel like being introduced to Naomi and, Naomi introducing Hayley to the family, she got a taste of, man, it's like, I'd love to live in a place like this, and I'd love to live in a house like this, and, go to a country club community and get married in a place like this. So I feel like Hayley, she's kind of a manipulator. I know she doesn't want to come across that way, but I'm like, you honestly cannot believe that everything will just be okay. Yeah, you're in the neighborhood now, but like Vanessa said, you're kind of a threat. You're young, you're pretty, and you literally are being introduced into this community as someone who ruined the marriage of one of the community's, favorite people, Danny. So, and then this was part of the Dupree family, the family that runs, well, not just runs this place, but, their descendants built this place. So, yeah, everybody's going to be on guard. They're going to shut you out. I mean, who in their right mind would let you in close knowing what you're capable of? So you can take those cookies. Okay, I'll take one cookie. Then you take the rest, and then you get the heck out of my house. Like, and then to have the nerve to go to Nicole, like, why would Nicole help you? Why would she betray her sister like that? Like, what exactly are you trying to do? Like, who's to say when she first met the Duprees, she didn't have a tray of cookies then, huh? I don't know. But I just feel like Hayley needs to go on somewhere. And then Bill taking it to the next level by pretty much, not threatening, but, kind of just letting Vernon know, hey, I know some things about your family that you asked me to cover up as a favor, right? So why don't you and the family put on your Sunday best and get some people in the community to come to this wedding so my future wife won't be, unhappy on her special day. And I'm thinking like, bro, Bill, what the... Part of me feels like this was all done out of spite on Bill's part, because he might resent the Duprees for thinking that, oh, you didn't build me, when in fact Vernon did say, like, when he was up and coming, attorney and whatnot, he opened his firm, he didn't know anybody and nobody knew him. But me being me with my celebrity connections and whatnot, because celebrities always get themselves into some form of trouble, I pointed them in his direction, and then he began to make a name for himself, winning cases and getting even more clients. And then his business grew, and he got a bit of an ego, and from there, that pretty much allowed me to see who he really was. So maybe there's some resentment there, because I feel like, as I theorized in my season or series trailer breakdown, I said based on Bill's description, he's an opportunist. So maybe similar to Hayley, when he didn't have much of anything, he saw a way to get in with a luxurious family like the Duprees and, weaseled his way in via Danny. And, he used their connections to boost his own business. And then once he didn't need them anymore, he decided to do things the way he wanted. So maybe, this is his way of getting back at them. Like, haha, I don't need you anymore, Dupree family. I'm my own man. So, inviting them to the wedding is kind of like, a way to stick it to the Duprees and Danny, which is really messed up. How his daughter's going to feel about going to that wedding, man? That's just wild. That's just wild. Like, it's one thing if Vernon has to, because he and Anita talk about how we have to do it for the sake of the family and protect Martin. So that could insinuate something involving Martin's past that Bill tried to, clean up and keep secret. But with Martin's ambitions in the political realm, Bill could probably drop dime on him, and that would ruin his whole career. So for the sake of him, everybody has to go to the wedding. But how in the world they'll convince Danny and Naomi and Chelsea to go, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much what I think. I think Hayley is someone who probably had her own plan, but is trying to act all innocent. And Bill, well, he's Bill. So there's that. But hey, as always, thanks so much for tuning in. Like and subscribe if you like these, random discussion videos. I can't guarantee I'll do these every single day, because remember, I'm reviewing the show every day. But you can best believe that if I don't post daily, Beyond the Gates discussion pieces, you'll at least get them over the weekend, once 5 episodes drop and I got time to really think about things. But yeah, these are just some quick thoughts. But as always, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.